Welcome to Real Question and Real Answers with Tammy Williams and Dianne Ojar. Real people, real questions, live. Welcome, Tammy.
Hello, hello. Nice to see you. Long time no see.
Yes, I know. Happy birthday.
Thank you so very much. Just another
Yes,
day.
yes, thank you. I hope you had a great weekend, and I know you did.
Yes, it's turning out to be a September to remember.
September, oh, that's a song. I believe it is a song.
It
So,
is. Do you
Tammy,
remember? I don't know the rest. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
no, not that song. This is an older song. So, let's
Oh,
talk. So, let's introduce yourself. Who's Tammy? Besides the birthday girl.
the birthday girl. Tammy is Think Pink Girl. No, Tammy's a mompreneur. I'm all about helping people to get back their time. It's a big deal being a mom, and you have so many schedules out there. It's like, put yourself on that schedule. So I have an affinity for women because I know what it's like to be one. And in that, I have a love for sharing knowledge that I've learned over the years with real estate ventures, everything from doing property flip to connecting people to right mentorship in real estate, as well as hearing about the different things going on with the future of money, which is cryptocurrency. It's kind of a taboo topic, but it is here. And so I've had some experience in that. So I have a little group of women that I share with. And then, of course, just balancing our lives, being a woman and sharing with people how they can do as many things as they want to do in a 24-hour day. And there's a residual income component with that as well, which we all know we all need additional income. So, and then of course, with Deanne, our partnership is helping out individuals who have maybe turned a hobby into a business, maybe already have an existing business and want to up their game as far as email marketing, social media, everything to do with marketing and designing their websites. We have a wealth of information in that space because of her acumen with the media that she had, magazines, and my background in that area too. And so we're helping people. I mean, on a daily basis, we get all these questions, Deanne. That's why we're here because of all the questions that we
Yeah,
get.
that's right.
Yes,
Real
I'm also
questions.
an author. I'm also an author and a magnetic entrepreneur, and also a book on discrimination, and working on some other projects behind the scenes. So yeah, it's exciting. Just exciting to be alive and exciting to be a woman.
Ooh, now you can take a breather. And
Well, here
I
I'll take some coffee.
think so. Well, thank you so much. And for those who are joining us, this is Tammy and Deanne, real question, real answers. It's basically how this whole thing started because I having a conversation. You're live right now, so you can catch us on all the platforms and put your comments, messages, send us a question, and Tammy would tell you what you win. So for myself, geez, Tammy, I'm going to make mine really short. I'm a Philip entrepreneur. I'm going to say that word because it throws me off every time I say it. Fellow entrepreneur. It basically is a philanthropist, entrepreneur. In one, most of the time I can say the word. It's just tongue tied. I've been doing recordings all day, so my apologies. Anyway, I'm the experiential coach, and what we're doing is we're making a difference. Showing you how you can go from 0 or 300 to 5,000 up in the high ticket items, and it's all about packaging and positioning yourself. How you can do this. And apart from that, yes, like Tammy, an author, a writer, the host, the media. But here's what's been happening to me all week. That's why I've been muffling everything. I've been writing a lot of articles for magazine. And I just got another um, request to write for another magazine um, about mental health for men. And I'm like, okay, no worries. Writing, writing, and for chapters, 2 books of chapters. And I'm like, I'm not a writer. Well, apparently in other lives, I was a writer, apparently. And now that's actually open up. And it's really, but you know what? It's all about the flow. It's all about the flow. So You got to catch us. And it's all about, I want to talk to you about something, Tammy. So thank you all for joining us. And, we'll get that word right eventually. And most of the time I say it right. Here's the thing. I know I didn't put it as a question, but let's start off with this. Position yourself. I want to talk about, because that seemed to be a big topic for the past couple of days around me. Position yourself. How do you believe, and I know we may have talked about this in between, how do you believe, even with social media? Because I don't want to, okay, let me just bring up this question to tell you the truth. So maybe we'll um,
Okay.
hear with this. This is one of the questions. Any tips of social media content? And we'll incorporate this. Positioning. How important it is to position yourself in regards to anything you're doing, even in regards to social media, building social media content.
Okay, so that's a 20-part question. But I'll start with the first three words. So how to position ourselves? I really feel
How important it is to position yourself in anything that you
yes,
do. And it also affects your social media content because again, you have to have a visibility, right? So position
that's right.
yourself, visibility in the community, outside the community. This is what we're doing. This is positioning ourselves. So people are seeing
Hmm.
us constantly. We have the landing pages, we have the website, we have all these shows, we have what we post. That's content. That's positioning yourself. That's giving yourself visibility because people will get to know you and people are getting to know who we are all the time. I mean, I do all these shows in one day. Why? Well, it's easier for me to do it. But again, it's people seeing us and we're being real here. So we're not hiding anything or we sound a little bit on the crazy side sometimes, but we're doing it. We put this aside to do it. Why? Because we want to bring this to you. So that's what I mean about positioning yourself and having visibility and how, when you talk about tips of social media content, well, okay, let me just put it this way to you before you answer. What kind of social media content are you creating right now in any case? Who's your audience? What you want to sell? What you want to share? Are you in it? Are you not in it? Is it all motivational? The relationship you have with your audience, you got to put the branding in it. There's so many ways you can do certain things. So I'm not sure who the person who asked this question in regards to what tips you have for social media content, but there's a lot of content you can have for social media. It depends. It could be something out of the box. It could be something that you want to inform people, educate people. So what's your thoughts on that, Miss Tammy?
Wow. Okay, so which one am I answering?
Anyone,
It's a lot. It's a lot. Well, I
anyone.
love I love the positioning question, and I think everyone's heard this before that if you're the smartest person in the room, you have to leave that room. So in terms of positioning, I do believe it's important to be around people who are doing something, not just talking about it, because action is what's going to lead to success in anything. At the very least, you gain more confidence, and like Deanne was saying, getting more exposure. And so that's one of the reasons why I love working with you, Deanne, because you're doing stuff, you're on the move, and other individuals sometimes they can't be a part of our journey, because they're not going in that same direction. So we love everybody. There's no hard feelings here, but when you have an agenda and you have a plan, you have to get working on it, or else you can just sit idle. And especially if you really have that mindset that you want to just get going. And in terms of the positioning, I do believe it's important to get out there, meeting with people, and we don't have to go out in person anymore. We can do a lot of these groups and networking groups online, and offer some value, connect with people. I'm a big fan of reaching out to people that want to be a Facebook friend or an Instagram friend of mine. I'm trying to encourage individuals who are entrepreneurs, business coaches, and people who are offering service and products for them to take a time, if it's only 7 people a week, that they'll schedule a time with to find out who they are so that they can find out how they can serve them, potentially collaborate with, who knows, you might be able to bring something together with each other. And that's opening up a lot of doors for me where I'm having more conversations and I'm finding a niche market that they have, or I can always think of someone that could possibly use what they offer, and many people are providing solutions. However, they're sitting back and they're being a little bit quiet, and they're working in a little space that they're very comfortable with, or a large space that they're comfortable with. But they always say that your true greatness and potential is outside your comfort zone. So Facebook Lives, listen, I didn't even want a Facebook account. It wasn't until I never even wanted Facebook because it was for friends and family, and I see my friends and family a lot, so I didn't think I needed one. But until I realized that I can reach many more people without the one call, the one email, the thousand emails more effectively, I started to like zone in on using Facebook as a way to keep in touch with my friends and family, also to share, what we're doing. As far as content, listen, I have earned a reputation of being a wannabe photographer. And so, what that means is I'm always taking pictures. And so we have a lot of people out here doing business, and they're a business coach, they're a yoga instructor, they talk about herbs and health remedies. That's all great. But however, just think about the person receiving it. They want to know if you have a dog. Let's say, for example, your clothes are
I
too
got
tight.
a teddy bear.
Yeah,
This is
what if
Steve.
exactly, what if your clothes are too tight today? I mean, you might say, "Oh my goodness, I ate too much over the weekend, so I can't wear these pants." It's some things that actually help people to relate to you. So if you love, which I love, plants, if you love the ocean, if you love rocks, if you love motorcycles, if you love bling, whatever it is, even from the thing of designing, we have some people that are doing a lot of art, and they are painting. Just share that you doing it, not the finished product only. Does that make sense? So people can
Absolutely.
they can relate to you. And oh my goodness, if you have a pet, definitely, if you're a cyclist, if you're a walker, whatever the case may be, I'm trying to share with people. There was some kind of a stats out there that they were saying 80% personal stuff and 20% business, because you end up turning off some people. And of course, it goes back to knowing who your audience is. So I like to mix it up with everything. If someone knows you as a person that's always cutting your hair, it wouldn't be unusual for us to see you getting your hair cut, right? Because you like to keep your hair cut. So how would that be? A day in the life of Dianne Ojar. This is what I do, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeez, I don't
Something.
think you want to see that.
Well, yes, absolutely, they do, because you know why?
I know
Everyone
they
can
do, but I don't think they do.
everyone wants to relate to it. And the thing about me is, like, I have my jaw open because I haven't been to the hairdresser since this whole 18 months of this life of us being in isolation. So I really would be a fun person when I get to go to the hairdressers to show. So, I also
Cut
believe with
what, Tammy? To cut
what's
what?
that?
To cut what? Because I think your hair is fine. It maybe to
Oh,
texturize it and so forth. But
yeah,
you're
well, I
absolutely right.
appreciate you.
It's a day. It's and here's the thing. It could be the day in the life, but you see, I don't wake up and look like Tammy every day, so that would be horrific. But and this
Yes,
we're
it would
being
be.
real. It will be very horrific, yes. But yes, I have my fish, and his tail is beautiful, and people are just like, where did this tail come from? I knew the tail was growing. I didn't see it until a couple months after. I can tell you. But now he comes up to me and he talks. Why are we talking about this? This is content. This is
Content.
conversation. This
Yeah.
is
And if
conversation.
you
We might be
notice,
talking nonsense to some people, but for those
no,
who are joining us, on the real question we'd answer with Tammy in the end, please send a question, join us, interact with us and catch us
well,
on the
yes.
replay. But
Yes,
talking
because
about content, this is all content.
this is all content. Because Deanne, if you notice, I have a love for flowers. So
Oh
many
God.
times
No, 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 no.
when I post a picture of
Tammy
flowers,
has an obsession for flowers and food and
but
pink.
and pink. But when I post something about the flowers, there's usually a message with it. And so that's how you can create content. And I know some people think, well, how long does it take? There's quite a few systems out there that you can actually schedule, like, schedule what you want to go out 3 times a day, and just, plan like a day or half a day of, let's say, 5 days in a row. Once you start to build that habit, you'll start adding 10 days, 20 days, and you'll be surprised how much content you'll have with a little bit of text in there that could be engaging, maybe asking a question. It's like almost the bread maker, set it and forget it. So you have that already
Yes,
setting
that's
up, set up.
Ronco. That's Ronco
Yeah,
rotisserie. So I didn't forget it. The best
set and
rotisserie you
forget
ever
it.
have. I actually have one.
Yeah. Do you use one of those? Do you use one of
Oh,
those
I love
programs
it.
right now?
I have the no, not the program. I'm talking about the rotisserie for the chicken. The food. No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Is it lunchtime?
Oh gosh, it's past lunchtime. Here's the thing. What we're saying is
It is. It's lunchtime in
not
LA.
about it's lunchtime always. So here's the thing. Um, Stop trying, because trying means fail. There's no fail to impress people and just be
Yeah. Stop
yourself.
overthinking it. Don't overthink.
Well, but if you know what I did one day, oh my goodness, we were in a 3 day training. I cannot believe I did this. And it was a challenge to go and do a feedback that night for one of the trainings. And this was almost 12 o'clock at night. No makeup, no nothing. Oh my gosh, my hair was a mess. So I just put a headband on. I cannot believe I went to over 3,000, 4,000 people and I posted a live video. Alan, my business partner, said to me, "That's so cool." I said, "Alan, I cannot believe I did that." As oh my gosh, my hair needs washing. I was like, well, at least nobody knows me in that space. But then again, a lot of people got to know me in that space, and it was out your comfort zone. So when we're talking about content, and we'll move on from this, when we talk about content, content is anything. Be yourself. Let people get to see how crazy you are sometimes because life is crazy. Nobody is perfect. The day doesn't go smooth sometimes, and it's okay. I posted about the storm last night. When I was out, I went to get plants. The place was closed. When I look up at the sky, it was black, and it was like this thing was just racing on. And I was trying to get home before it is, and I got caught in it. And I got some pictures, and I captured it. And it was like, and it was storming all night, thunder and lightning. Again, that's content. You know,
Hmm.
you see people do
And the
that's
other thing too
content.
about it is, you can always share. If you don't have content every day, you see something that someone's posted, just grab it from them and just share. And at the same time, you're edifying them in that post, and then people will see, oh, you resonate with something that someone else posted. And sometimes I even say in a post, sharing this, can I just use the pic? Sometimes that's a polite thing to do as well. But yeah, I mean, content is everything. Honestly, I like to have fun with it. I wish.
Content is the power of content is king. In this case, queens. It's
Yes,
king.
in this
It's
case, in this
all,
case,
and
Queen.
that's something. Again, you can take the words and change it around and saying content is king. The
Yeah.
power, what you do with the power of content, what you do with content is queen because you're a woman. So there's no right or wrong. You're talking about going back to connecting with people and
But
that connection.
sometimes the
That's how I
woman
ended
is the
up.
king, Deanne.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes the woman is the king.
of course. I never said no. Hey, woman is empowerment, okay? But I love my guys. I would not dismiss my guys saying that
No,
men as well, not to take it away from them. But what I'm saying to you is stop overthinking it. Be authentic and real. Even if you're not consistent,
take
you
pictures
know,
everywhere. Take
if
pictures
you can,
everywhere.
at least Tammy knows how to use a camera, a phone. If you're not consistent and you drop in once in a while with some really authentic, cool content, people will still connect with you because they know you're busy and you want to impress everybody and keep up with the time. So once in a while, drop something because that's me. I'm not disciplined when it comes to certain things, and you'll be surprised what can happen. So I hope that helps. Just be yourself. Just be crazy. Be kooky. Be loving. Be caring. Be strategic. Be whatever you want. Just know, be yourself. That's all I'm saying. So I want to ask you too, Tammy, and thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that. Joint ventures. You do a lot of joint ventureships as well. And for those who don't know, a joint venture is pretty much a collaboration with another person. For it could be monetary, it could be positioning, it could be, you go at the different um, commission base, or it could be have equity, or it could be a event. It can be for so many reasons you can do it. But I say do your homework and know who you're getting in bed with. That's pretty much what I have to say about that because it could be a lot of work. And if you get in more into affiliations and relationships and you're talking about dollars, it can get a little tricky. So you have to know what you're doing. You have to know who you're working with, and you have to know and ask lots of questions and have really good contracts and have really good agreements and understand it's all based on trust. What is your take on joint ventures?
Wow. I love joint ventures. However, I got some great advice years ago. Plan your exit at your entry.
Hmm. That's a good one.
And yes, and the reason that I always like to say this because sometimes people want to ride on another person's curtails and be more of an anchor than an oar in that boat. So we also have to be careful for that as well. Like there's something written out, like you said, about what each person will be doing in that. If it's a collaboration joint ventures could be everything, like you said, from real estate. I'm a master connector of people who are doing joint ventures. They tell you to come to the table with what you have. So if you have bad credit, but you have the $150,000, you can still be a part of a joint venture because three people at a table, one person might come with someone that can do all the bathroom renovation work, which has to be done in that home of 80,000, but they don't have the money. And then someone has a great credit, and then someone has, you know, the not so good credit, but they have the cash. So those three people can do a joint venture in real estate. If you actually have the right person that can set it up for you, that can work out for all of you. And then as well, I like joint ventures because it helps me to piggyback off someone else's strengths and add my strength because we can't be great at everything. So in those joint ventures too, from the collaboration standpoint, just think about all the different people that you get exposed to from those joint ventures that you had no access to, or maybe you did, but now they look at you differently because you're in a joint venture with someone in a business platform, someone in a philanthropy platform, something to do with fundraising. So I'm a big fan of that. There's only so much resources each one of us have. And if you think about it, you really need like a team of people to do stuff that's amazing. You can do lots of things great, but when you actually pair up with another individual, there's no stopping you and what you can actually accomplish. So I'm a big fan of that, like all day, every day.
Absolutely. And as a philanthropreneur, it's very, when you collaborate with people for non-for-profit and for when you have different things and organizations, that's when people build the relationships. So you could be a philanthropist and you can also be an entrepreneur at the same time. But again, I want to caution and say it's not for everyone, but we do it
Mhm.
every day in any case. So our assets is actually our contacts is our biggest, treasure box, a pot of gold. So be very cautious who you let into that box and who you share that box with, because your contacts is your most prized possession, because it will come back to bite you big time. So be very cautious with that. And again, joint venture can take you along it. You can do international business. You can not, it's not local anymore, but when you start playing with the big boys, you better know what you're doing. You better have an ironclad everything in place just to make sure, because if you're talking about a few dollars, it's different. When you talk, I mean, the concept is the same. It's all about integrity and so forth, but when you talk about the millions of dollars, yeah, sometimes you have to get a little bit not so nice, because you're playing with big boys. You're playing with egos. You're playing with testosterone, hormones, the female, the male, all those things you got to put up with, because there's a lot of tension. So just we're saying we do it in any case. Why not get paid for it? It's another stream of revenue, right? So we're just saying, be careful what you ask for, and don't be so eager. And we all, like I said, the first couple of times you're going to mess it up, probably. And we all have been there, but we learn from what it is. So that's definitely so. Tammy, as we're wrapping up here, what is your pink for the day? And for those who are
Oh,
joining
my
us, thank you so much for joining us. Dropping in. If you have a
my
question,
pink
thank
for
you
the
everybody for
day.
the
I don't know.
questions.
Did I share this before? I don't remember anymore
There's a
because
lot
it's
of
been.
pink issue that is going
Oh,
on.
I
That's
don't
about
think I shared this.
so.
This is rose pink
Bubble
It
bath?
looks like it. Yeah, it's champagne bubble bath. Bubble bath. It's called Champagne Wishes Bubble Bath, and it's pink.
This is Miss Champagne and Miss Pink. What is doing in her office is beyond me. But anyway,
Well,
awesome.
I have a dream, and
We
the dream is to eventually have a shower in this room. So that would be the reason.
Okay, I am not even going to touch it with a 10-foot pole, but for those who are joining us, thank you so much for joining us again on this episode of Real Questions We Answer. So, Tammy, why don't we just wrap this up and
Yes, we have gift cards for the people that ask questions. That the one question about the media tips that came from Jessica. And so, both of you, please make sure you reach out to me so you can get your gift card. We have these lovely sponsors that have been
oh
so great.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
I am
Deanne,
so,
you
you
can
know
mention the
what? I've been so
sponsors.
taken up with her and her stories that we want to shout out to Jackie from Notable Wealth Management and Leonard for the Sutton Group, and of course Tammy Ventures, and again, with Ralph for the great music at the beginning and the end, and of course myself and Willow Spring Winery. Yes, yes, yes. You gotta go there and get the ice wine. Amazing wine. So I want to thank, all our sponsors, and I want to thank you, the audience, for dropping by all the time. And, on that note, again, this is real questions. We ain't making it up. We may make up some on the fly because we've been talking about it, but it's not crazy stuff. Real questions, real answers, with real time, with real people. That's Tammy, myself, and you, our beautiful audience. So until next time on the with Tammy and Deanne on the Real Question Real Answer show, we ask you to join, and please do come back, and please enjoy your gifts, and we want to hear from you every week. Right, Tammy? That's the
Yes,
job.
every
Every
week.
week. Well, thank you again. Take care. Ciao later. Bye bye. Say bye bye, Tammy.
Bye, everybody.